What's up guys, leftstickrightstick again with another team pick review. This week we've got some interesting levels for you. And starting off we have Super Stardust by Dakrrs. It's one of those twin shooter survival space, asteroid type levels, and it takes a little bit of getting used to, I guess. But if you're familiar with this type of level, you know what's going on with this. And there's actually multiple weaponry. Usually, you get one form of weapon in these type of levels. There's three different levels here, for different asteroids, different materials, and you power up them each separately, which is kind of nice. The aesthetics is really nice, and although it's probably for the good of the thermo and everything, and stop everything from lagging. There's actually a finite space within the initial screen that you can travel into, which I think is actually kind of nice in that it definitely means there won't be any lag changing stuff. Then I always feel like there's a nice element where you can explore further than the initial screen, but I guess that's maybe a level limitation, but still it's still very nice. You need to get high scores, and this is clearly a high score-ish game, but it's got a nice menu, and it does get challenging. Some bits there's a nice little breather room, which is nice. There's no official waves, they just keep coming, but there is enough breather room between masses of rock before you actually have to get serious with stuff. So every weapon has like different materials. Like this one with the ice, you can use the ice gun to break them a lot faster, I guess. Although I didn't really notice that much difference. And let me know in the comments if you notice a significant difference between the two guns. But yeah, it is actually quite a nice level. Great if you could actually do multiplayer version of this too. There's like a bomb, which is very nice. So a nice, good pick. This one and then next we have Cloudtop Mountains by M890911520. See, this one I normally very much like M8 numbers as levels. They all flow generally quite nicely. This one, although I'm feeling lacks a bit in comparison to his other levels, it doesn't seem to flow as well as his previous levels. And while I like this whole Cloudtop beanstalk sort of setting, it just doesn't quite do it for me as a team pick for some reason. There's something about this that I feel is missing to be a team pick. It feels, maybe it's too basic in the decoration, and the flow is just a bit too repetitive. Oh, look at that. But I mean, that doesn't quite make sense, the way that animation gels together. I mean, why am I being lasered to death? That sort of thing. And there's no sense of urgency created in this whole level. There's no action, I guess. It just looks nice. I do really like this Jack and the Beanstalk in the cloud sort of aesthetic, the idea behind the concept behind it, but I just feel like there isn't enough in this level for some reason. It just doesn't feel right. I mean, that was the most dramatic element of the whole level right there. So it kind of annoys me, because M8 numbers does have some really nice levels, and as of his levels that haven't been team picked, I wouldn't say this would be one of them, unfortunately. So a no for this level, and this not quite deserved, this one, I think. But then next up we have Skull Island by missyhifi. This is a much more deserved level. I mean, you would have seen the individual level playthrough earlier, I guess, and you would have seen some of my thoughts on that already. You've seen the whole playthrough. It's a very nice level. I like the whole Kong. It's very colourful, which doesn't seem to quite match, but it's got some really nice elements. My favourite was actually this little hoopy slide thing, which actually looked awesome, and I really wish there was more of that somehow in more ways, maybe. Like, actually, it just reminds me of Ninja Warrior and how much one of their obstacles there, and that just is really nice. But it's got some really nice creatures created here as well, which is there's lots of elements in this level which makes it, yes, it's team pick worthy. Great aesthetics of a jungle and everything, nicely created creatures. There's even a boss fight at the end, and the music, the sounds, even the lighting, they all kind of go. At the beginning there's a really super brightness, which I didn't feel quite fit in, but as we venture on more, the whole ancient templeness really does, the whole aesthetics really all blend together quite well. So I'm quite, quite like this. The only thing that disappointed me was sort of the boss fight. If you've seen my individual playthrough, if you haven't already, go through, check it out. But yeah, the boss fight was a bit of a disappointment, just because it felt like it's King Kong. You want some kind of more action, more dramaticness to King Kong, rather than this jump over a fire rod while pressing a button. It just feels so slow. But I'd say this is a bit more deserving of a team pick. It is quite valid, I guess, and it's very nice. Everything blends together. It was a lot longer than I thought it was. But if you like these team picks, click that like button below and let me know what you thought in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoy, and subscribe to Left Stick Right Stick for more LittleBigPlanet levels.